Welcome back. President Fattah al-Sisi held talks on Saturday with Albanian Prime Minister Panorama, who is currently in a two-day official visit to Cairo. Details.
President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi received on Saturday visiting Albanian Prime Minister Panorama. Presidential spokesperson Ambassador Bassam Radi said the head of state hailed the deeply rooted relations that bind Egypt and Albania on the official and popular levels and expressed hope of boosting bilateral cooperation in different fields. The president also congratulated the Albanian side on obtaining the non-permanent seat in the UN Security Council 2022-2023, praising the joint visions of Egypt and Albania in most of regional and international files of common concern, highlighting the necessity of bilateral consultations in light of the valuable Albanian efforts to restore regional stability and boost regional integration to realize prosperity and welfare. For his part, Rama expressed his country's keenness to enhance mutual cooperation with Egypt in all domains in light of Cairo's efforts to maintain regional and international peace and security. Ambassador Radi also said the meeting tackled ways of increasing trade exchange and investment coinciding with the nature of the developing bilateral ties. He added that the two sides agreed on resuming efforts of fighting terrorism and extremism, as the Albanian Prime Minister praised the Egyptian success in this field and in spreading the true core of tolerant Islam. Earlier, Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli received his Albanian counterpart Rama and his accompanying delegation currently in a two-day official visit to Egypt. The Albanian Prime Minister is also set to tour a number of Egypt's national projects.
President Fattah al-Sisi held a meeting on Saturday with Minister of Agriculture Said al-Qusayr and a number of senior officials. Presidential spokesperson Ambassador Bassam Radi said the meeting discussed the executive stance of the ministry's projects concerned with livestock production, as the head of state gave his instructions to support these projects, which have a significant economic and financial impact on their owners, in coordination with the presidential initiative of Decent Life. Al-Qusayr also reviewed the ministry's efforts to stop violations of agricultural lands and the executive procedures taken to achieve this goal. The meeting, moreover, tackled current projects of producing fertilizers in the frame of the state's plan to increase local production to fulfill the needs of farmers and take into consideration the future expansion of agricultural lands. Egypt received 1.4 million doses of Pfizer vaccine at Cairo International Airport, provided by the U.S. government through the COVAX initiative in cooperation with Gavi, the Vaccine Alliance. The U.S. Embassy in Cairo said in a Facebook statement that the shipment is part of more than 8 million Pfizer vaccine doses the U.S. is sending to Egypt as they work side by side to fight the pandemic. In September, Egypt received the first shipment of the Pfizer vaccines with a total of 1.6 million vaccines. Russia reported 1,075 COVID-19 deaths on Saturday, its fifth straight daily record, as the authorities prepare to shut workplaces countrywide and lock down the capital. A record 37,678 new cases were also reported. Details. Russia is reporting a record high number of coronavirus infections and COVID-19 deaths as the country approaches a week of non-working days aimed at stemming the sharp surge in cases. The National Coronavirus Task Force said Saturday that 1,075 people had died from the virus in the past day, and that 37,678 new infections were tallied, the largest single-day numbers of the pandemic. The daily death toll is about 33,000 higher than that recorded in late September, and infection cases have risen by about 70% in the past month. Only about one-third of Russia's 146 million people have been vaccinated, frustrating officials and placing a strain on the country's healthcare system. Facing widespread resistance to vaccination, President Vladimir Putin has responded to the worsening situation by ordering Russians to stay away from work between October 30th and November 7th. Many regions are imposing additional restrictions, including closing gyms, theaters, and sit-down service at restaurants or restricting them to customers who can show QR codes confirming that they are fully vaccinated. Overall, Russia has recorded about 8.2 million cases of coronavirus infections and 229,528 deaths, according to the task force. However, that toll counts only deaths attributed directly to the virus. The National Statistics Service, Rosstat, has reported tens of thousands of deaths in which the virus was considered to be a contributing factor.